All right, we are back at it with some more Battletech. And today we're doing a meeting engagement in this little villa. Um, it's a retaliation of the mercenaries that had the convoy destroyed you from the last video. And we're going to meet at force on force, basically. So, what we have is basically 4 swaybacks. So 2 there and 2 there. 2 archers, an awesome, and a catapult. Going up against 2 Shreks, 2 partisan LRM, a rifleman, warhammer, a dragon, and a crusader. And we're using the Tex Heck roads again and a few buildings. We've got some rubble hexes out here today, so they're pretty cool. And we got a couple of the bigger buildings for Hex Tech. Outside of that, we're ready to go with turn 1. All right, we're at the end of turn 1, and as per usual with our games, the first turn, no combat. One thing I'd like to add from the first video, or from the first part of turn 1, is we forgot to put out the strikers, so there is another lance of strikers that have been added to the unknown or unnamed mercenary group there. Outside of that, we're moving on to turn 2. And we will see you at the end of turn 2. Okay, we are at the end of turn 2. And we don't have any combat yet. Maybe next turn, if everybody keeps running. These guys are just kind of going up the middle for support of each other. These guys are kind of separating a little bit down into pretty powerful lances, really. And then these guys are doing a run around, I suppose, to try and get some side shots, but we'll see what happens on turn 3. And with that, we'll flip the dice over and head on out to turn 3. Okay, we are done with turn 3. These guys are still going around to the side. These guys are pulling up in the middle, going there. These guys decided to try and keep from getting flanked. This guy jumped, and both sides traded missiles and no damage. So that's pretty much it for turn 3. But we're getting into combat range, and we are ready for turn 4. And we'll see you at the end of turn 4. Okay, we're at the end of turn 4, and there's a lot of trading of fire back and forth, but very little damage. Just a little plinking here and plinking there. The to hit numbers have been pretty high on both sides. Some of these pilots here are a little bit better than the Op 4, so a couple of them needed 7s, but when you roll threes and a one, pretty much 3 rolls in a row, you kind of miss stuff. So outside of that, these guys are continuing their trek around to the side. These guys are reacting because they're going to get pinched in. These heavy hitters up here are they're pretty formidable force right now yet. And then these guys are trying to support. So next turn will probably be a pretty major deciding factor of the game. We'll see what happens. With that, we'll be on to turn 5. So you want to get that? All right. We'll see you at the end of turn 5. Okay, that was the end of turn 5, and that was pretty interesting. A lot of trading fire, little damage here and there. That mech that swayed back took quite a little bit of damage, but it's still doing pretty good. It can still put up a fight. These guys, as anticipated, coming up on the side. Got a couple of mechs here for challenge. Let's see what else we got. Rifleman took some damage. Dragon, it took some damage and was doing okay, but one lucky critical hit and it hit the ammo in the torso. So yeah, it did a brouhaha right there. Outside of that, we'll see what turn 6 brings. All right, we are at the end of turn 6, and there was a lot of fire this turn. We got some mechs that had some armor stripped. This guy here, sway back, took quite a little bit. Pretty much his left side is pretty much gone. He's still alive. I'm not sure what he's going to do. Probably run like a son of a gun. But he lost his footing and fell down, so that didn't help. Up here, managed to take out both of those Shreks this turn. These guys are pulling back. Everybody's kind of pulling back a little bit. These guys saw a couple of mechs heading toward them, and they're like, yeah, nope, we're going to go someplace else. So they're trying to pull back. And we're punching through the middle, looks like. I guess we'll see what happens here, turn 7. So, catch you at the end of turn 7. All right, we're at the end of turn 7, and the tide of battle has kind of turned a little bit. These guys over here, one striker has been immobilized for the rest of the game. That one got blown up underneath the smoke there. Over here, there was quite a little bit of damage on this partisan, quite a little damage. It was spread around, but on the Crusader. What else we got? This guy took a little bit of damage. It was pretty much spread around, I believe.
Hunchback over here fell.
This hunchback over here took enough to knock him down, and that was pretty much it for this turn. This guy decided to turn around and run away from all the firepower that he was getting. Are we gonna call it, or you want to play another turn?
I'm going to keep retreating, but we can play another turn if you want.
Okay.
You'll probably get a couple more things.
Okay, we play one more turn, turn 8, and we'll see you at the end of turn 8. Okay, we are at the end of turn 8, and that was kind of a overwhelming for the unnamed mercenary force. Had 2 vehicles here skip off the board. They ran. We had the immobilized one. We went ahead and destroyed it. That one, of course, was destroyed. Over here, that hunchback moved up from here and kind of got as close as he could to the partisan. Ended up taking out the partisan with the help of the archer and the catapult. Rifleman came in behind the hunchback, hoping to take him out. Did a little bit of damage, but it was kind of spread out on the limb, so it was absorbed. The partisan only got 1 missile to hit out of the 4, so that didn't help. And the rifleman kicked the hunchback, and of course lost his balance and fell on his face. This guy was taken out from the hunchback here. The awesome shot at the Crusader and did some pretty good damage, but only hit with 1 PPC. Tried the large laser, but missed. The archer there shot down there, like I said. And that's pretty much it for this battle. We'll have to figure out the after battle, what's going to happen with the salvage, and if there is any salvage. Some of these vehicles just went kablooey, so there's not going to be much but pieces. And outside of that, you got anything to add?
You roll the piloting check.
Oh, I got to roll the piloting check for that hunchback. Yep, that's right. Let me find some dice here, and he is number 1. I need a 4, 5. And he rolled a 6, so we're good to go. And outside of that, oh yeah, this guy here is running down the road like, get me out of here. But he was hurting for certain. Outside of that, we'll catch you in the next battle. Like and subscribe.